Okay, so I have these two pieces here. I have a leg here, a leg for a cabinet, and this here is a stretcher, which is the piece that goes along the bottom. If this were this table, we're talking about a leg, kind of like this thing, and a stretcher which will connect to another leg. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tenon here, and I'm going to insert it into this mortise that I made here. And this tenon is a floating tenon. It actually sits inside another mortise that's inside of this stretcher piece, and it's been pegged in there with some holes. So I drilled some holes, or I made the mortise, I drilled the holes. I'm sorry, I drilled, I cut the mortise, I made the hole, I put the tenon in, I drilled these two pegs in, I drilled the two holes for the pegs, I stuck the pegs in, and there we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert this this tenon here into this mortise, and the trick here will be to not use any glue or any hardware other than these two walnut pegs here. So these are pieces of cherry, and the pegs here are walnut. And what I'm going to do is the hole here that I've drilled in this piece goes through this mortise, and if you look carefully underneath, you see the hole goes all the way through into there. And it's a little bit longer. That hole is a little bit deeper than these pegs are. And what I did is I drilled these holes after I drilled these. Okay, so I drilled these two holes in. I put the tenon into the mortise. I marked these holes exactly where these guys were, and then I drilled in the wrong spot. I drilled these holes here a little bit closer to this shoulder here than they were supposed to be. And what will happen when I do that, when I insert the, two hands here, one hand, two hands. When I put the mortise, or put the tenon into the mortise, you can see there, let me get some more light here. You can see that they are offset. There's a little piece, a little half moon, a little quarter moon, a sliver of a moon in there where it doesn't quite line up. And what's going to happen when I put these pegs in there, the pegs are going to go in, and they're going to pull this tenon, and therefore this stretcher, tight up against the leg, and it will sit there till the mountains fall and the hills turn to dust. That's the plan here. And so I will hammer them in as you watch. If I can make this go as I'm filming, I may have to stop and do it, make 2 trips. But I'm going to hammer these guys in. And what's very fun to do as I'm doing this is to listen to the sound that the pegs make as they get hammered in. They make one sound when they're sliding through this first piece. They make a second sound when they engage the tenon. They make a third sound when they are re-engaging the board, because they have to go in and then over and then down and then come back. Okay, so they go over and they come down and they pull that guy in, and then when they re-engage in the leg at the bottom, they'll make a third sound, and they'll make a fourth sound, a hammering sound, as they bottom out in that hole. So we're going to do that here in a second. Okay, so I'm back from turning things around. It's working. Yeah, it's working. Look at that. All right, so I'm turned around here now, and you can see the table here and the pegs. And we're going to hammer these guys in here one at a time. This guy first. And we're going to line up the grain here and the ends of these pegs so they match these other pegs that are in here. And we're going to hammer away at this guy. And you'll listen to the different sounds that it makes. Bingo. All right, and this one here, like this. And what we get is a wonderful joint for these two guys, where it holds nice and tight, and there's no glue to break down. There's no screws to rust or wear out. This will last as long as the wood stays dry. So that's the plan.